Okay, welcome back to Mark's Game Room. Today we're doing a quick reaction video to the just released Napoleon trailer, the new film by Ridley Scott. And I have Carl joining me remotely. How's it going, Carl?
Vive l'Empereur! I'm excited for this one, Mark.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time a Napoleonic movie was released. I mean, was it Waterloo in 1970? Could have been. It's crazy. I don't know. All right. So let's watch the trailer, and then we're going to give you two Wargamers reactions to what we think about it. Let's see. Oh, you got Marie Antoinette.
No doubt you've seen the chaos in
Oh,
the
I do like cake.
Yeah. Oh, she is.
We must make an
Oh.
effort.
Whoa.
What would you do if this assignment of defense was transferred to you?
Oh, here it comes. The whiff of grape. Yikes.
Yeah.
I promise you brilliant successes.
So it's definitely about his rise to power for sure.
Oh, yeah. Looks like they're having him the young Napoleon, before
Right.
he was emperor.
Yeah.
What is this
Is
costume?
that Josephine?
This is my uniform.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, the
Toulon.
Siege of Toulon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Too long?
Cool. Very
What is
cool.
your name?
Napoleon.
Yeah. No, I mean,
The course of my life just changed. Napoleon.
Oh, Egypt, right? 1799.
the Battle of the Pyramids.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Cavalry. Oh, that's cool. There's a Wargamer shot. Right.
You think maybe that was somewhere in Italy?
I think it was somewhere in CGI.
Shall we vote?
Oh, the coup of 18 Brumaire.
They're kind of jumping around. They showed him an old.
Yeah. Oh, now he's emperor. Yeah.
There's cool battle. Oh, a square.
It's got to be Waterloo, right?
No, I think it's Austerlitz. No, they got the whole love story going on.
You think you're great.
Yep.
You are just a tiny little brute that is nothing without me.
All of Europe is uniting forces against me.
Well, there you go.
What's the outcome of this? You
Yeah,
don't
the
succeed.
coalition. Yeah.
Now this has got to be Austerlitz.
We are discovered.
Right, but they're going to shoot the ice.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh, come on.
When I make a mistake,
That's a bit much.
I simply
That did happen, right? Like, I mean, it wasn't like a big surprise, but
All right, so well, I might as well just pick up right there. My understanding has always been, Carl, that incident happened, but it was not as huge an event as a lot of people make it out to be, right? But
Mhm.
that's what you do in movies. You make
For a
dramatic
movie, I
stories.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your initial reaction, Carl?
Oh,
You want
what
to
it-
see this movie?
Oh, I would say definitely. I mean, 13-year-old me who, was like raised on like The Sharp and Hornblower and Master Command and all that. This movie is like very, it's exactly what you're looking for. And Ridley Scott, I mean, say what you will, he's got a mixed track record, but
He
I
does,
mean,
yeah.
a lot of people saw Gladiator.
Yeah, I mean, at one point in the trailer, they're listing some of his films, right? And it's flashing in my mind. So I usually like his films, but they're all historical. And he said at one point that he makes films based on things he dreamed about when he was a kid, like us, right? So he had his movie about knights and the Crusades. He's already done a Napoleonic movie with the Duelists, which is an
Right,
excellent
with Harvey Keitel.
Harvey
Yeah.
Keitel, right? Gladiator, Black Hawk Down, and some of the movies adhere much more to the history, like Black Hawk Down, and some are just vaguely touching history, like Gladiator.
Yeah, yeah. Gladiators. It's funny. Gladiators a really good movie, but
Right.
as a classicist, I cringe at certain parts of it. Then he's done movies that are neither historical nor good, like Robin Hood or Kingdom of
Right.
Heaven.
Yeah, Kingdom of Heaven.
So,
Kingdom of Heaven, that's a movie I kind of always want to like, but it never quite does it for me. you know.
Mhm.
But let's get back to this trailer. So, as I was saying earlier, I don't know the last Napoleonic movie that was made like this. So it's exciting
Mhm.
as a historical war gamer that loves Napoleonics to see it, to see glimpses of battle scenes. To show a square being surrounded by cavalry. I mean, I think the last time I saw that in a Napoleonic setting is 1970s Waterloo, where they had
Mhm.
the Russian army form squares. It was really cool. There was a square scene in the Four Feathers movie with Heath Ledger, which came out in the early
Right.
2000s, right? Which was kind of
Yeah.
cool, but it wasn't Napoleonic. Um, the Siege of Toulon looked really cool. They're
Yep.
obviously going to show part of the Egyptian campaign, although it showed them firing cannonballs at the top of the Pyramid of Giza. That seems bogus.
There's a little bit of liberties there, yeah. Though I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
most people have heard the myth that he's the one who took the nose off of the
right.
Sphinx, which is totally bogus. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, you're listing all these things, and I think that is kind of the thing that most stood out to me is like, wow, they're covering like
yeah,
30 years of 20 years of history
right.
in this what'll presumably be, a 2.5 hour movie. So, I'm just curious how they're going to fit all that in.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with the French Revolution. We saw the coup of 18th Brumaire, the whiff of grape, right? I mean, it starts before him. It starts with Marie Antoinette. You got the whole
Mhm.
love story, Josephine, in there, right? I guess you got to put that in.
Yeah.
And it looks like it ends with Austerlitz, which makes sense, right? Because that's where he cements his position as the master of Europe, right? Until
Mhm.
1813.
Yeah. And if you're going to have one big battle scene in a Napoleon movie, I guess Austerlitz is like the choice, right? That's his great victory, right? His big
Right.
triumph.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it looked neat. I think, Mark, there is a tendency among people in our hobby to kind of scoff at, little minor details and uniforms wrong, and they criticize these films. But I think like the demands of telling a good story sometimes are opposed to
Yeah.
the demands of like what wargamers would want, which maybe wouldn't be a very interesting movie. Like it's
Right.
funny, I was thinking on the opposite end of that spectrum, right? Like the Alexander the Great movie is had an Oxford scholar on its advisory team. It's extremely accurate, but it's a very crummy movie,
Yeah. I
right?
can't watch it. I can't. I've tried
So
that one. It's horrible.
yeah, it's terrible. So I think that there's definitely sometimes you have to make sacrifices, but I don't know. For me, it seemed like it was has the potential to be a really exciting movie, and maybe people will get into the Napoleonic era when they otherwise wouldn't. You know.
Yeah. I would say, we're have a video coming out probably right after this one, where we ask questions about the historical accuracy of the movie Gettysburg to go with our Gettysburg videos.
Mhm.
And at the very end, Eric Lindblade, who's our historian slash battlefield guide, who answers the questions, he says, ultimately, in his mind, the movie is not really great history, but it's exciting and it's brought millions of people to the battlefield park. And so it's a springboard for a lot of people to want to investigate more, and maybe this could reignite some interest in the Napoleonic period. Hopefully even with wargamers, because I kind of feel like, what's the state of current wargaming with Napoleonics? I don't really know. Like
Right.
I've started to think about it because of this movie, and I want to do a video about that. Like, what are people playing, right?
Yeah,
And what does it mean?
it's pretty turgid right now, isn't it? Right?
Yeah,
Like not a lot of new stuff and games that
no.
people have been playing for 30
Forever.
years.
I put a message on the community tab on our channel, and I just asked, "What are people playing?" And I got, I don't know, maybe a dozen responses or something, and I think maybe two of them are the same game, so they're all over the place.
Interesting.
And it's part of our hobby, but it also maybe prevents it from flourishing. So I'm gonna,
Yeah.
at the convention, Historicon, which I'll be going to, I'm gonna spend a little time
Me
seeing
too.
who's playing what. And I think we'll send you and some other of us to the games just to ask people, what are you running? Why do you like it? We'll put a little
Yeah.
video together, a little Napoleonic war game journalism there for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
And
intrigued to hear because it's a great period, and I think movies and media like this go a long way towards getting people, excited about it. I mean, question for you, I guess, is what is your favorite? Like, what's the Napoleonic movie that got you super into the period? Because I have a very clear answer for me.
uh, there's no movie that got me. I mean, it was Waterloo, right? I started playing
Uh-huh.
Napoleonics, like a friend ran. I was like, wow, this is really cool because I won. I was like 13, right? And I was like, wow, that was really cool. What is this? This Napoleonic thing, cavalry charges. And then I got to see the movie Waterloo, and that was just
Mhm.
mind blowing. So what was yours, Carl?
For me, it's Master and Commander from
Oh, okay,
2003 or
right, three,
that
yeah.
it got me into the naval element so much because that movie is just phenomenal. And then I think I saw the Sharp and Hornblower
Yeah.
like TV shows a little bit after, and those were both really influential.
Cool. All right, so I guess we're both looking forward to seeing the new Napoleon movie. We'll take some of the storytelling and over history with a grain of salt, but hopefully it'll be inspiring and maybe it'll see a renaissance in Napoleonic wargaming. So stay tuned for more videos. And Carl, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Mark. See you.